Hi guys. So I posted this morning about, asking those of you who work full time or maybe you're a busy mom that stays home because that is not easy either to fit the power hour in every day. I know, especially since my kids have stopped napping, that Mondays and Fridays are not really great work days for me because I don't have a ton of time and they don't sit still. They're three. So, so this is something even I am going to implement on those days or, forgive myself on those days that if all I get done is post and answer my messages because life is busy. And I know that Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I'm going to be able to knock some stuff out. So I have, we're doing this training with Meg and two other Superstar Diamond coaches, and then their Star Diamond coaches. So I'm actually helping lead this group, which I've never done before, so completely out of my comfort zone. But I just want to, one, remind you that I'm a leader and I'm leading this group, but I am learning so much from these ladies and being able to implement and fine tune stuff that I've already implemented, but maybe make it a little bit better or a little seamless or, make sure that I'm reaching all types of coaches and not just coaches that are more familiar to me. So it's really important for you guys to just learn from other people. Don't just learn from me. Get yourself out there. Use YouTube. Use the Coach Online Office to use from other coaches because there's so many different systems and practices and ways people do things and the way people, the lives are. My life is a lot different than other coaches. So, the number one point is don't stop learning. Don't stop putting yourself out of your comfort zone. And please, please, please make sure that you're learning from other coaches along this journey because you can learn so much. So what we talked about today in our training was helping those coaches who are feeling strapped for time. And the focus was on full-time working moms because that's what that coach was. But as I was listening to her, I heard a lot of myself in what she was saying in the sense of, life is busy and sometimes you can't find that hour a day or you added 20 people to your network yesterday. And so it's like, now you have a ton of messages today and you don't have time to add to your network. So the business can ebb and flow and things kind of change. So I wanted to present to you the Busy Women's Business Blitz plan. Say that a few times fast. But I think this is something that if we can implement, that people are going to feel a little less stressed to get their power hour in each day because it's not always easy. So Jennifer, who is the Star Diamond coach on Jamie Thompson's team, talked about how she built her two-star business being a full-time working mom. She was a speech pathologist. She's a mom, a wife, and still just making sure she kept her own stuff going, and how she built this business. And so she went through what she did daily, what she did weekly, and what she did monthly. And I thought it was really, really good. And, it's something that even I adapt to. So I'm going to share my screen with you so that you can see, hopefully, the picture. Yeah, you should be able to see this. Okay. So hopefully you can see that. And it's the Busy Women's Coaching Business Blitz Plan. And there's three items. There's your daily to-dos, your weekly to-dos, and your monthly to-dos. And so we really break it down for you. So the daily to-dos, the things that you have to do daily to move your business forward, to stay plugged into your business, is making sure you're posting to social media 3 to 4 times a day. I know that can sound like a lot, but I'm going to break it down for you even further. You can do first your workout post. There's one post. A Shakeology or a healthy meal post. There's number 2. Your personal development, something you learned, something that stuck out to you. It can be a super simple quote. That's number 3. What are you doing in the moment right now with your kids? Are you doing laundry? Are you multitasking? Are you working? Are you, heading somewhere? Are you going out to dinner? Do you have a date? Do you have a date with your husband? What are you doing right now? There's 4 easy posts throughout your day. And they do not have to be wordy. They do not have to be lengthy. They don't have to be any of that. They just need to be showing people that you're consistent, you're showing up, you're a product of the product, and that you're enjoying life. Number 2 is to answer your messages. One of the hardest things is staying up on top of your messages because sometimes it can get overwhelming. So if you can answer those 5 to 10 to 15 messages a day, if you can take 20 minutes at night or wake up 20 minutes earlier and get that in, or maybe that's how you use your lunch break. Jennifer was saying that she used her lunch break for that, and she used her evenings. After her kids went to bed, she just stayed up an extra half an hour, and she answered those messages that she had in her inbox for that day. The next one is checking into your challenge groups. You need to stay plugged in with the people that you have connected with, that you're building those relationships with. You don't want them to think that they purchased something and now they're on their own. So you want to be able to stay plugged in, because also those people in that challenge group are your next coaches. And so you really need to plug in with them and show them some love and encouragement, like you said you were going to do in your post. Number 4 is to check your coach online office news and alerts. I think this is really important, to check your online office for returns, for inactive coaches, to see if anybody purchased something, to make sure you are active or where your Success Club points are, and then also announcements from corporate about sales, changes, things coming out, dates to know. I think it's important for you to stay on top of what's happening in your business. And last but not least, number 5 is read or listen to 10 to 20 minutes of personal development per day. And I know that might sound like a lot, but you guys, this is the bread and butter of your business. I've talked to so many coaches this week, and the biggest thing that we'd go back to is you need to be doing personal development. I needed to be doing personal development this week, and I cannot tell you how much better I feel today than I did last week Wednesday, because last week Wednesday I was a hot mess. And today I feel so much better, and it's because I reminded myself to dive into 20 minutes of personal development minimum per day. And I want to point out, this does not have to be a book. If you like to read and that's easy for you, then get up, read, or go to, when you're laying in bed, read before you go to bed or on your lunch break, whatever. But you can also do this if you have a commute. So make sure you download Audible. You can download it right on your phone. You can buy a CD, however it's going to work for you. You can download a podcast, 10 to 20 minutes in your car, 10 minutes to your commute or to your job, and then 10 minutes home from job to home. So there's ways to fit that in without having to take out time out of your day. So what are you doing already? While you're showering and getting ready, I do that all the time. Well, not all the time because I don't shower and get ready all the time. But the days that I do shower and get ready, I have personal development on, or at least have some worship music on to help me refocus and to fill my life with positivity and to fill my mind with some positivity. So if you get nothing else done that day, if you have those little bits and pieces done, you're going to see growth in your business because you're connected, you're consistent, you're doing your workout, you're sharing your journey, and you're doing personal development to grow you. So what are the weekly must-dos? What should you be doing weekly to help build your business? 1 training call per week. If you have time, pick 1 more. I know that we can get so overloaded with everything that's going on with the National Wake Up Call, our team call, a leader call, a Janelle's call, Meg's special calls, or something that I post and whatever. So it can get really overwhelming. But pick 1 that week. Pick 1. And if I had to tell you to pick 1, I would pick the National Wake Up Call, because they usually do topics that are very pertinent to your business. If you're struggling in a certain area, then find a training call on that. If you're struggling with posting or being vulnerable or adding to your network or adding to your coaches or, whatever, if there's a struggle, then maybe that's your training call and your focus, and implement that 1 training call per week versus listening to 3 of them and implementing none because you're so overwhelmed. Number 2 is to be a part of your business training held by your upline. Oh, and I do want to mention that 1 training call can also be your personal development for the day. So you can knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. Be a part of the business training held by your upline. That can be the New Coach Basics group, or the 10-day training that we do, the 7-day social media, the 7-day to Emerald. And then right now we have the No Excuses group going. That's an accountability group. That's something to keep you accountable to your business. Sometimes we run a Success Club group. Sometimes we run, a volume group, or maybe we're running something different. But stay plugged in with your team is basically what that's about, and be accountable to your business. Schedule or set blocks of time to get your invites, follow-ups, and posts created. So this is something that Jennifer really talked about, and this is where the Blitz comes in. So let's say you don't have an hour a day to add to your network and to do all of the daily must-dos. But she would say that she would take 2 or 3 hours on a weekend and she would mass invite. She would mass add to her network. So on Saturday, she might look at her husband and say, hey, I'm going to go have 2 hours to work my business. and she's going to add 40 people, and she's going to work with those 40 people all week. Those are those messages she's answering, those relationships she's building for that week. And if she doesn't get what she needs from that 40, then on Saturday again, she's inviting 50, or she's adding 50 people to her network, and she's inviting those people to her challenge group. So it doesn't have to all be in one, or 3 to 5 people per day. If it works better for you to do 20 on Wednesday and 20 on Friday and 20 on Sunday, that's fine. You're still adding to your network. You're still inviting. I know that I do more of my invites in a Blitz way versus consistently daily, because I do my invites by a post. So, I posted last night. I have 7 people to follow up with today. I posted again this morning on my like page. I'm going to have people to follow up with that. So I'm going to have 14 to 20 people just in the last 2 days that I have been talking to about my challenge group. So I might be able to back off Saturday and Sunday. I hope that makes sense. Same thing with follow-ups. Once you get those conversations going and you have those invites out, set aside a time maybe on Sunday night or Monday and just say, okay, I'm going to do follow-ups tonight. And you do a Blitz half an hour of following up. Maybe you have all your follow-ups. Maybe you've hit Success Club 5+, and now you have some time to create some posts. So maybe take 10 to 15 minutes and create those challenge group posts or those coaching hooks, and those more focused posts versus just your workouts and stuff. As you grow your business, check in with your personally sponsored coaches if you have them. So some of you might not have personally sponsored coaches right now. That's fine. But I wanted to put this on there because if you get one coach or you get 2 coaches in the next 2 weeks, I want to make sure that you're checking in with them to make sure that they're feeling comfortable, they know what they're doing, and that you guys are, and that you're becoming a leader for them. So then the monthly must-dos. What should you be doing per month? And you should be making Success Club 5 a non-negotiable. If this is something that you want for a business, Success Club has to be non-negotiable. You started this business because you wanted to help people. You wanted to earn an income. You wanted to cover your cost of Shakeology. The way to do that is to hit Success Club 5 every single month consistently. That is how your business grows. The first few months of my business, I just focused on hitting Success Club 5. I just focused on that. And I'll be honest, when I hit Success Club 5, I kind of checked out. And I was like, okay, I'm done. Because I was a busy mom. I had 7-month-old twins. And when I hit that goal, I was like, hallelujah, I can breathe a little bit. And as I got the hang of it, and as I got into the groove, and as I saw the potential, then I started going for Success Club 7, Success Club 9, Success Club 10, and above. So, if Success Club 5 is your goal every month, you're going to see growth in your business, but that has to be a non-negotiable. That has to be a consistent. Invite to 1 coaching opportunity per month. So that's a webinar that I host at the 3rd week of the month, or the live event, which is the 4th week of the month. I know it can be really hectic because they're kind of back to back, to invite to both and to be available for both. So pick one, commit to inviting to that one, and invite to that one, and make that your opportunity to invite to and to focus on. Hosting a challenge group. You have to be hosting a challenge group, or you can use mine to be hitting Success Club 5, to give your challengers something to plug into and a place for them to feel comfortable and safe. I put this on here to host a free group because free groups really help you build your accountability. They help you build that trust between your clients and you. It gives your followers something free to try and to help them for free, to give them something in return so that they're going to be more likely to give you something back later in return. And I said check in with your upline via one-on-one at least 1 time a month. I know that everyone can get busy, and I'm guilty of this too. But I really try to make it a point to connect with every coach at least 1 time that month, because everyone is in a different place with their business. And if I can connect 1 time, then I know where you're at for that month. And I know, maybe I do need to check in more often, or maybe you need to check in with me more often, or we can kind of get that balance going. But I really encourage you to check in with your upline so that you can, share your successes and your struggles and what you're struggling to focus on. And you just keep that friendship, because sometimes that friendship can get lost in the business. And that's something that I want to focus on the rest of the year, is to make sure that we keep that friendship as well as the business coaching, but to keep that friendship. And I think if, we commit to checking in one-on-one with each other, I think that will help bridge that friendship and coaching gap as well. So I know this kind of sounds like a lot still, but I feel like this chunk of the daily to-dos is where people mostly struggle. And I think if you can look at this and make a 7-day or 5-day chart for the daily must-dos, or I can do that too, and be able to check those off every day, and then a weekly list and say, okay, I was part of a business training and I checked into that group. I did my invites for this week. I did 10 invites, or set a goal, or I listened to this training call. And then as you do your monthly to-dos, you can check those off. You're going to feel so much better about what you've accomplished, and feel empowered and feel like, oh, I can do this, versus feeling like you missed 4 training calls, or you didn't check into a business training group, or you didn't do invites every day. Or instead of focusing on what you didn't do, you're going to be able to look at this list and say, this is what I did do, and these are the things that are going to move my business forward. So I hope this helps you. If there's something that I missed on here that you think is important, or that has helped you in moving your business forward, please comment below so that other people can kind of see what you're doing or what we may have missed. But if this would work for you, if this kind of breaks it down and makes it a little simpler for you, let me know. I hope this does, and if it doesn't, let me know. But I think this will, the other thing too is write this out on a calendar and schedule this in. So all those monthly to-dos, like hit Success Club 5 by the 20th, put that on your calendar. Put the coaching opportunity on your calendar. Put your challenge group date on your calendar. Put your free group on the calendar, so that when you sit down to work and invite and do those invites, you know what you're inviting to. There's 3 opportunities every month to invite to. So you should be able to knock out some of those invites. So making sure you're writing that down and using calendar, or use my calendar, so that when, you can plug your people into my stuff. The only thing you won't join me on is a free group, because I really encourage you to do that by yourself. So I hope this helps. I would love to hear feedback. I'm going to stop the share. And if there's anything else that you guys need help with as far as scheduling, please comment below this video, and let's really focus on getting you guys organized and set up for an awesome, awesome April, and finishing the month strong, and then, continuing the rest of the year. So have a great night. Reminder, we do not have a team call tonight. We will pick that up next week. But have an awesome, awesome day. Listen to this and implement it. So thanks for listening, guys. Have an awesome day.